Limited series now streaming.
Next on Action News, at least 3 people have died, 11 others injured by gunfire after a Philadelphia shooting. The investigation underway and the search for the people that opened fire into a crowd on the city's popular South Street.
I cried. You know, those kids are innocent, they're angels, you know, and they didn't deserve to die.
Plus, cruising for a cause. How the local car clubs are revving up support for families impacted by the Uvalde mass shooting. Now they're showing solidarity 1,500 miles away from where tragedy struck.
We're back, bigger than ever, and it's amazing to see.
And the Tower District was beaming with pride. The thousands of people that lined Olive Avenue to celebrate love and the touching tribute to the man who made the festivities possible in Fresno. Action News AM Live Sunday starts right now.
Taking action together. This is Central California's #1 news. ABC 30 Action News, AM Live.
Hey, good morning, Central Valley. Look at that sunrise right there. I love when our downtown Fresno sky cam surprises us with this beautiful sunrise.
Oh, we got those clouds.
Yes.
A little bit of everything.
A little bit of pink in there, a little bit of purple. I am a fan. Great way to start off our Sunday fun day. And I know you saw the Pride celebrations. There was a lot of wooing going on. I was one of the woo girls.
Did you? I was going to say, is your voice struggling a bit?
Yes.
You sound good to me.
Oh, thank you. I feel like I'm working a little hard because there were lots of woos. But I mean, we had great weather paired with a great atmosphere. I mean,
absolutely. A good reason for the voice to be on the struggle bus. And it's not like we have to talk that much this morning. I mean, only for like
just an hour.
The next 2-3 hours. Details. For now, we're in the 50s and 60s as you step out the door. 58 in Lemoore and Porterville. Fresno, you are coming in the warmest. Oh, I take that back. We said you were the warmest at 67. Fresno close behind at 66. Wind speeds much calmer for us to start off our day. Most of us are hanging out again in that 5 to 10 mile an hour range, except for parts of the South Valley. Hanford, Visalia, you are both calm out there. Madera coming in at 3 miles per hour, excuse me, when it comes to those wind speeds. Not too breezy to start the day, and we'll stay fairly consistent. That 5 to 10 mile an hour range to start off the day. It'll pick up a bit by the time we get to the evening, just coming in shy of that 90-degree mark, and then we are making it to the 90s today. So brace yourself. It's going to be a bit of a warm one, but not too bad. We have a couple days to hang out in the 90s, so this is nice. 90 today and tomorrow. We're really going to rinse and repeat that forecast going into our work week, but then you know what comes after this. We do have a lot headed our way. An AccuWeather alert, a heat wave, triple digits. It's all in there, and I don't want to talk about it. So for now, Vanessa, I'll toss it back to you.
All
We'll
right.
just wait till later.
Yes, we will. Shayla, thank you. Developing this morning, the search for several shooters that opened fire on a crowd in Philadelphia continues this morning. We learned 14 people were shot and at least 3 have died. Officers say they saw several active shooters firing into a crowd just before midnight. Police fired at one of the shooters. It's unclear if the shooter was hit before he dropped his weapon and ran away. 2 guns were recovered from the scene, one of them with an extended magazine. Investigators say the location of the shooting is a popular entertainment area where people gather every weekend.
You can imagine there were hundreds of individuals just enjoying South Street, as they do every single weekend, when this shooting broke out.
The victims killed include 2 men and a woman. Their names haven't been released. No arrests have been made. Police are looking through surveillance video to help them identify the shooters. In the South Valley, authorities are warning residents about a phone scam circulating throughout Tulare County. The sheriff's office says the scam involves a phone call from someone claiming to be with the sheriff's office and that they're calling about an arrest warrant. The scammer then asks the person on the phone to post their bail using some type of mobile pay app. Officials say they would never call regarding an arrest warrant or ask for money over the phone. If you receive one of these calls, you're asked to call local law enforcement. As the victims killed in the Uvalde mass shooting are laid to rest this week, a group of local car clubs are showing their support for the families impacted. The memorial cruise started in southeast Fresno, then made its way up to the River Park area. Action News reporter Nick Garcia shares the special tribute to honor the 21 lives lost in Uvalde nearly 2 weeks ago.
Engines revving, music playing,
and dozens of lowriders rolling out to remember the lives lost in Uvalde, Texas last week.
You know, really at home. I got a child, I got a wife, and at the end of the day, could have been any of those that might not come home. You just always assume that it'd be me not coming home compared to my son, but reality kicked in.
That's why Bobby Gutierrez of Esa Familia Thing Car Club organized the memorial cruise Saturday night. It brought different car clubs together, all feeling the heartbreak for the grieving families in Texas.
I cried. You know, those kids are innocent, they're angels, you know, and they didn't deserve to die.
The cruise was a way for the local lowrider community to show solidarity, even 1,500 miles away. Each driver was given a black ribbon, a way to pay tribute to the 21 killed.
You know, most of the time when a car club member passes away or something ends up happening to one of the members, they put it on the plaque to let them know that one of the families is deceased.
He also hopes the cruise sends a message to parents to remember to value time with their kids.
Whoever sees this or hears this or reads this, it's just letting you know that sometimes we take it for granted that our children are always going to come home to us. We just need to realize that no matter how much they do wrong, at the end of the day, it's like, let it go.
Nick Garcia, Action News AM Live.
Funerals continue this week for the victims of the Robb Elementary School shooting in Uvalde, Texas. Alethea Ramirez will be laid to rest today. An investigation is still underway after a gunman opened fire in the elementary school, killing 19 students and 2 teachers. ABC News has learned that less than a minute before the gunman entered the building, a school employee pressed an internal alarm on a cell phone, sending out an alert of an active shooter. And a report from the New York Times says the school district police chief arrived at the scene without his police radio. The Uvalde School Board says Robb Elementary School will permanently close its doors following the shooting.
That will not be a school for our children moving forward.
Survivors of the Uvalde shooting, as well as the shooting at a supermarket in Buffalo, will testify before Congress next week. A march demanding tougher gun legislation was held in San Francisco with hundreds of people in attendance. Participants wore the color orange to honor victims of gun violence and call for increased gun safety. They marched across the Golden Gate Bridge holding signs and chanting. The event was organized by Moms Demand Action Group. A group of volunteers worked to prevent a devastating wildfire within communities still rebuilding from the Creek Fire Saturday morning. You see there, volunteers hauled away dead and excess wood in hopes of reducing the risk of fires in the future. If you missed the event but would like to help, there will be another chance to volunteer your time and efforts next Saturday at Lower Cressman Road at 8 in the morning. A Clovis school is getting statewide recognition. How Tarpey Elementary School is getting recognized for their commitment to student leadership and service.
In an amazing place. There's so much fun stuff to do in Central California. ABC 30 is taking action together by showing you hidden adventures in our own community without breaking the bank. Tuesday on Action News Live at 6. Join Amanda Aguilar for a beautiful escape that's so serene and quiet you'll forget you're in Fresno. It's a hideaway you have to experience. Hidden Adventures. Tuesday on Action News Live at 6. Taking action together. Sponsored by the Good Feet Store.
Self-driving cars, our power grid, water treatment plants, hospital systems, they're all connected to the internet. And Vladimir Putin or a terrorist could cause them all to self-destruct. A cyber 9/11 that would destroy our country. I'm Dan O'Dowd, and I wrote the software that keeps our air defenses secure. I approve this message because I need your vote for U.S. Senate to send a message. Congress needs to fix this.
How to change the way you pizza. Step 1, grab a delicious Papa Murphy's pizza. Step 2, bake. Step 3, chow down on the deliciousness. Order the fan favorite cowboy pizza right now at papamurphys.com.
I'm 53, but in my mind, I'm still 35. That's why I take Osteo Biflex to keep me moving the way I was made to. It nourishes and strengthens my joints for the long term.
Osteo Biflex. Find our coupon in Sunday's paper.
I didn't take this job to make friends. I took it because our fundamental rights are under attack. by national Republicans. It's why I defended voting rights and fought voter suppression. Why I'm taking action to protect our families by getting illegal guns off our streets. And why I'll never stop fighting to protect a woman's right to choose. Our rights are sacred, and I won't let anyone strip them away.
Attorney General Rob Bonta, no backing down.
Closed captioning of Action News is sponsored by Fresno Mazda.
Tarpey Elementary School in Clovis is taking home top honors in the state for their commitment to student leadership and community service. The Student Council stays busy from food drives to student council meetings while learning leadership skills. The group was recently honored with a Civic Learning Award of Excellence. Tarpey is the only elementary school in the state to win the honor. The award honors public school efforts to engage students in civic learning.
It's the biggest part of student council is getting our kiddos involved, showing them the importance of sharing your voice, sharing your opinion, having those respectful conversations. They've grown so much, their leadership skills, their responsibility skills, their communication.
The group will be recognized at Tarpey Elementary School's Back to School Night. For the first time since 2019, Fresno's annual Rainbow Pride Parade and Festival made its return to the Tower District. Thousands showed up to line the parade route. Then the party moved over to Fresno City College for the festival. Organizers say this is the largest turnout they've seen. They also had more sponsors than ever before to help put on the event. Action News reporter Nick Garcia shows us how organizers honored a longtime LGBTQ+ activist and made sure his legacy was felt throughout the festivities.
Every color of the rainbow represented. People of all backgrounds and ages marched in the 32nd annual Rainbow Pride Parade.
We pretty much anticipated this when people have been waiting for it. People have been wanting us back. We're back, bigger than ever, and it's amazing to see.
The last parade was in 2019, before the COVID-19 pandemic put the event on a 2-year pause. Saturday, floats, balloons, bubbles, and no shortage of rainbow flags flooded Olive Avenue.
It was so fun. I felt like so accepted, and just the energy was really nice having everybody there.
Jenny and Dice Parker are sisters and Fresno Unified students. They marched in front of the district's float.
It's really great to have an accepting and supportive district to be a part of. Yeah.
This was their first time attending Fresno's Pride Parade and say it was an emotional experience, especially seeing so many other young faces in the crowd.
We're the two in the family that are who have actually come out, and I'm very happy that we're accepted by our family. We're very lucky to have a family who accepts us.
For the first time, ABC 30 was a proud sponsor of the event. Several of our colleagues walked in the parade.
We pride ourselves at ABC 30 about covering our community, every community in this great place that we call home, and that includes the LGBTQI+ community, and we're proud to be here standing with them today.
And throughout the parade and festival, there were tributes to longtime Fresno LGBTQ+ activist Jeff Robinson, who passed away earlier this year.
He saved it that many years ago. If it was not for him, we would not have it today.
For those who knew Robinson, his presence was felt Saturday. Nick Garcia, Action News AM Live.
That wasn't the only party families attended. Hundreds gathered at Calwa Park for the Cops for Calwa summer kickoff party. The Fresno County Sheriff's Office and Magic hosted the event. More than 500 people enjoyed free food, music, and a special kids fun zone. Kids were also able to interact with deputies and get inside the Sheriff's Office Bearcat helicopter and so much more. Organizers also provided an opportunity to learn about numerous specialty units, including the K-9 unit, recruitment team, SWAT team members, and mounted patrol.
A lot of times when we're out in the field and we're responding to calls or even doing patrol, we don't always have that time to sit and talk and explain things, and you're getting that here today.
Organizers say they host events like this because parks should be a safe place for families to visit throughout the county. The furry friend saved by a firefighter, where this kitten was found and rescued.
What? I want to know what happens to the cat. Okay, all right, we'll come back to that, but we've got a lot to talk about today. Beautiful cloud coverage out there. We do have a warm-up on the way. I'll have your forecast next.
On June 7th, vote Anthony Trimino for governor. Anthony Trimino is not another politician. He's a businessman and grandson of an immigrant who fled communist Cuba to pursue the American dream. This isn't about politics. It's about a better future for our kids.
People with plaque psoriasis or psoriatic arthritis are rethinking the choices they make, like the splash they create, the way they exaggerate, or the surprises they initiate. Otezla, it's a choice you can make. Otezla is not an injection or a cream. It's a pill that treats differently. For psoriasis, you can achieve clear skin with Otezla. For psoriatic arthritis, Otezla is proven to reduce joint swelling, tenderness, and pain. And the Otezla prescribing information has no requirement for routine lab monitoring. Don't use if you're allergic to Otezla. Otezla can cause serious allergic reactions. It may cause severe diarrhea, nausea, or vomiting. Otezla is associated with an increased risk of depression. Tell your doctor if you have a history of depression or suicidal thoughts or if these feelings develop. Some people taking Otezla reported weight loss. Your doctor should monitor your weight and may stop treatment. Upper respiratory tract infection and headache may occur. Tell your doctor about your medicines and if you're pregnant or planning to be. Otezla, show more of you.
Get fast, reliable internet for any budget. Act now to get Xfinity internet for a great low price. Or visit xfinity.com/free to see if you qualify for the Affordable Connectivity Program. Qualifying customers can get free high-speed internet for more streaming, chatting, and gaming on all your devices. Ready for more value? Add Xfinity Mobile for as little as $15 a month. Go to xfinity.com/free, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today.
On June 7th, vote Anthony Trimino for governor. Anthony Trimino is not another politician. He's a businessman and grandson of an immigrant who fled communist Cuba to pursue the American dream. This isn't about politics. It's about a better future for our kids.
An adorable kitten has a Fresno firefighter to thank for saving one of its 9 lives. When a woman driving her SUV heard the sound of a small kitten's meows coming from her car, she stopped by Station 17 for help. Well, you see here, one of the firefighters was able to locate the kitten stuck between the car's wheel well and body. He safely removed the kitten without injury and without any damage to the car, too. So it's a win on all ends.
Oh, my goodness.
I know.
So much cuteness. You know, normally I feel like we hear about the classic story with the firefighter saving a cat from a tree.
Right.
And look at this
when you're digging into a car. I mean, what do you even do?
Saving lives left and right. I don't know. I haven't discovered a cat in my car.
Well, now we know where to go.
Now we know to call Fresno Fire.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh, that's adorable.
So much cuteness. They're so little.
I look, can we keep it?
Oh, the floof. Oh, yeah. What happened to the cat?
We have follow-up questions.
We need to follow up on
Fresno
this
Fire, we
investigation.
need to talk and find out what happened with this cat.
Well, all right, well, Vanessa, speaking of follow-ups,
Elsa's getting a sister?
Well, that's possibly. When it comes to animals, see, someone needs to, like, restrain me from if I had my way, I would have way too many cats and dogs. But thankfully, I only have one, so we're doing okay. Hold me accountable,
it's a great day to walk.
Absolutely,
Elsa.
Yes. Maybe in the morning, it's going to look a little warm in the afternoon, especially if your dog or your cat is a diva about the warm temperatures like Elsa is. I feel like Bruce is a little bit better at it than my floof, but it is going to be a warm one out there today. So we are talking about 90s to start the week. This is the coolest it's going to be all week, so I guess it's all in context. We've also got some breezy conditions heading into today as well. Very similar to what we saw out there yesterday. Nothing too bad, but you will notice that wind a bit. Triple-digit heat, look at this, is heading our way starting Thursday. So we're going to start fairly mild when it comes to those triple digits, but it is going to warm up very fast. For now, though, let's talk about those wind speeds. Nothing too crazy to start off the morning. We're talking that 5 to 10 mile an hour range, very comparable to what we saw out there yesterday. We will see that creep into the teens as we get into the afternoon and evening hours. You can see wind speeds closer to 10 to 15 miles an hour. You're seeing those teens across your screen right here. But overall, nothing too breezy as we head into the evening. For now, though, we are calm for most of the South Valley. Lemoore, you're already starting to see wind speeds close to 10 miles an hour. Anywhere from 5 to 10 miles an hour as we head into the North Valley. Madera, though, you are also coming in fairly calm with only 3 mile an hour winds. Air quality is green across the board, we are good to go as you head out the door. Here's a live look from our Meadow Lake sky cam. You saw this just a bit earlier. We wanted to point out all those clouds that we are still seeing out there. A beautiful start to the day, and you'll continue to see that mix of sun and clouds throughout the day as well. For now, though, temps are in the 50s and 60s. 58 is the magic number for both Lemoore and Porterville. 66 in Fresno. Merced, you are still coming in the warmest at 67 degrees. Warming up to 90 today, so not too bad. It's still the low 90s. We've got this wind speeds like we talked about, anywhere from 10 to 15 miles an hour. We still have some of you hanging on to those 80s, a nice place to be. But as you can see, most of us are going to be making it to those low 90s today. As we head into the foothills, you also see wind speeds 10 to 15 miles an hour. Highs making it to the 70s and 80s. Lows tonight dipping into the 50s. This Sierra Nevada, you have a very slight chance of PM showers, so very comparable to what we were talking about out there yesterday. If you see anything, it will be very quickly moving through, just a trace of rain or so, but that is something we could potentially see this afternoon in those higher elevations. Here is that 7-day forecast. So 90 degrees today and tomorrow. Really, we're rinsing and repeating that forecast as we head into Monday. We start to gradually warm after that, upper 90s by Wednesday. Thursday, we do reach that triple-digit mark. Friday and Saturday, it is going to be hot out there. 104, 106, lows only dipping to the 70s. Also, could potentially break some records there. We are coming very close to the records on both of those days. So it is going to be a hot weekend, and no shocker there. What you don't see on that 7-day is Sunday is pretty much just as hot. So you've got a hot stretch in store.
Oh, you still have time to. I'm frozen right now because we're looking at 3 days of triple digits, and then can we just do a 4-day forecast?
I'm all about it. I think we got to talk to our bosses, but maybe we just stay on the 3 to 4 days since that's what we can handle right now.
There you go. Oh, Shayla, thank you. Well, this is more appropriate for next weekend, but this morning, runners who work up a sweat are going to get a sweet treat at Fresno's Hot Fudge Sunday 5K run and walk today. It kicks off at 8 a.m. Now, you still have the chance to go line that route, cheer all those runners on, and maybe make a friend and get one of those ice cream sundaes that they're going to be handing out at the finish line. The race begins at 8 this morning at Woodward Park. If you miss the sign-up deadline, you can always go and cheer the runners on. Maybe pretend and get a sundae too. We're not going to try that. No. Well, happening today, the first Salvadorian consulate will open in the city of Fresno. The ribbon cutting, scheduled for 2 this afternoon, will take place off of Blackstone and Alluvial. It may be a little early for holiday hits, but the diva behind All I Want for Christmas Is You may be facing a copyright infringement suit. The artist claiming he wrote the original Christmas anthem.
Hey, good morning, guys. It was Championship Saturday yesterday. 5 Valley teams look to win state. The Crothers Blue Raiders celebrating this morning after their walk-off win.
Perfect bite is going to include a little bit of everything.
Break off a piece. I'm here for the crunch. Then I layer.
Little bit of pico, little bit of sour cream.
That's it right there.
How do you, tostada? Feed your technique with fresh, fire-grilled favorites. El Pollo Loco. Feed the flame.
Oh my gosh. What? I'm overwhelmed. I was not expecting this. We were able to pull it off with all sorts of help from the dealership here. It's once in a lifetime you can surprise somebody like that. So.
Toyota of Selma would like to congratulate all our 2022 Valley graduates. Surprise your grad with the ultimate gift at a great price. Get this 2017 Honda Accord LX for just $17,700. Toyota of Selma. Drive a little, save a lot.
It's beautiful out here. Sure is. And I earn 5% cash back on travel purchase through Chase with Chase Freedom Unlimited. That means that I earn 5% on our rental car, I earn 5% on our cabin. I mean, come on. Hello, cash back!
Hello, Kevin Hart.
I'm scared. In a good way. I'm lying. Let's get inside.
Earn big time with Chase Freedom Unlimited with no annual fee. How do you cash back? Chase, make more of what's yours.
The radical left wants to defund the police, and Joe Biden's policies are costing us more for gas and groceries. David Valadao is fighting back. A conservative leader for the Central Valley, he's made public safety a priority to keep our neighborhoods safe. And David Valadao is leading the fight to suspend the gas tax so families can keep more of what they earn. David Valadeo, trusted conservative leadership.
I'm David Valadeo, and I approve this message.
This is Pollo. This is 55 minutes of slow grilled flavor. This is fresh, never frozen, and always cut to order. And this is the best way to get it. Order through the app from El Pollo Loco.
Action News Sports starts now.
Regional state titles on the line yesterday for our area high school softball teams. A wild game in Carruthers. The Blue Raiders came roaring back from a 3-run deficit. A victory that deserved 2 Gatorade baths for head coach Jeff Day. And here's our sports reporter Alec, actively looking for a place to stand to shoot this game because it was so packed. Carruthers climbed themselves out of a 5-2 hole. Bottom of the 6th, freshman Kayla Carpenter ground ones up the middle. Napomo overthrows to first, and Raven Sandoval scores to make it 5-all. Bottom of the 7th, Morgan Triguero, not only the winning pitcher, but she comes up clutch, hitting the walk-off single. Remember, she's also a 3-point shooting queen on the court. The Blue Raiders win the SoCal Regional State Championship for Division 5.
Awesome feeling, man. These young ladies have worked hard all season, and to come out top like this, and what a great game this was today. This town was so excited about this game and having it at home, and they really showed up and supported this team. We're going to celebrate and we're going to party. Yes, we are. Awesome. Yes, the whole town is going to be.
Also competing out of the SoCal region, Menachie and Orange Cove. The Titans victorious, winning the D4 crown. And in the NorCal Division 1 championship, Clovis was shut out by St. Francis, and Central fell to Sutter in Division 3. Congrats to all the teams on making it to state.
That's driven deep to right field. There it goes. See ya.
Number 21 for Aaron Judge, his first career leadoff homer. The Yankees shut out Detroit in back-to-back games and have now won 5 straight. That's your look at sports. I'll send it back to you.
One of the biggest stars in the music industry is being sued over one of the biggest Christmas hits of all time. Mariah Carey is facing a $20 million copyright infringement lawsuit over her massive hit, All I Want for Christmas Is You. I kind of wish we were playing it right now. I could get into the Christmas mood. Well, a country music artist named Vince Vance says he wrote and recorded a song called All I Want for Christmas Is You 5 years before Carey's massive hit. The lawsuit was filed on Friday in New Orleans federal court. Experts say the only thing the two songs have in common is the title. Mariah Carey and Sony Music have yet to comment on the lawsuit. A major baby formula maker is once again producing when we'll see batches back on store shelves. And the culmination of the Platinum Jubilee celebration for Britain's longest ruling monarch. You're watching Action News AM Live Sunday.
Action News is sponsored by Tachi Palace Casino Resort.
The California Insurance Commissioner should be regulating the insurance industry, but Ricardo Lara has been helping insurance companies and helping himself, taking secret insurance donations after promising not to, overruling his own regulators to help an insurance company escape oversight and make millions, fighting in court to cover up his pay-to-play scandal.
We can do better. I'm Mark Levine. I'll stand up to insurance companies and ensure all Californians have affordable coverage.
If you haven't gone solar for your farming operation or commercial business, the time really is now.
Rates are going up more and more. We've already seen almost a 40% rate increase in the last 10 years.
Being locally owned in the market for as long as we have, that creates a sense of trust and long-term support.
Here at Pickett Solar, 90+% of our business is ag. We have great relationships we've developed, and we've earned the trust of many families throughout the valley that feel confident in referring us to their friends and other family members.
You'll find innovation here and here. You'll find passion here, as well as here. You'll find commitment here and here too. At Community Health System, alongside every amazing doctor or caring nurse, is a community of people who work together to support you. It's just another reason we say we are stronger together.
Crime
is out of control, and so is liberal Chris Matisse. So reckless, Matisse voted to cut funding for a gang prevention organization as a Fresno councilman. Then, Matisse went to bat for a convicted rapist, calling on a group to arrange his housing and health care. Soon after, the rapist struck again, accused of molesting an underage girl. Chris Matisse, soft on crime, dangerously liberal. Congressional Leadership Fund is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Taking action together. This is Central California's #1 news. ABC 30 Action News. AM Live.
Hello, good morning, early birds. You're looking live from our Hedrick Chevrolet Skycam in Clovis. Where'd everyone go? It
is looking
we got
sleepy
clouds
out there this morning.
And 2 cars,
Okay.
3. Oh, now they all come.
I love when one car goes slowly by and then another one just like speeds right through. It stresses me out a little bit.
Maybe they heard us. They sped up because they're streaming us on the app.
Exactly, but safely. So while driving.
Please stay.
I don't know. Vanessa and I are just running away with it this morning. The coffee has not kicked in yet. At least
we're working on it.
It's a work in progress. You've got your mug there. We are tune in at like 8. By then we'll be fully caffeinated.
Oh yeah.
But just kidding. For now we got a lot to talk about, especially when it comes to this forecast. Today's going to be really nice. So for those of you that are on the roads, you have the right idea. Temperatures are in the 50s and 60s. 58 in the South Valley, 66 in Fresno. Merced coming in at 67 degrees. Wind speeds right now, we're mostly hanging out between that 5 to 10 mile an hour mark. We are calm in both Hanford and Visalia. Madera coming in at 3 miles an hour. So not too bad. We will see those pick up a bit over the course of the day, but overall really nice day out there. You'll see that cloud coverage sticking around a bit, but don't worry, that sunshine is coming through. We are going to make it to the 90s today, so we are gradually easing ourselves in to what is going to be a very hot week. We do have a bit of a heat wave coming our way, but for now, we just rinse and repeat this forecast going in tomorrow. A little less clouds, a little more sunshine, and from there we start to warm. 96 on Tuesday, but what we really got to talk about is what comes after this 3 days. So we do have a hot week in store. We're talking about an AccuWeather alert, triple digits. You name it, it is going to be toasty. So we'll talk about that in a bit, but for now, Vanessa, I'll toss it back to you.
All right, Shayla, thank you. Well, the plant at the center of the baby formula crisis has resumed production, but store shelves remain empty. Abbott says it's prioritizing the production of specialized formula at its Sturgis, Michigan facility, and the first products are expected to hit store shelves later this month. ABC's Christine Sloan has the latest, including what the company says it plans to focus on.
Overnight, a massive concert to mark Queen Elizabeth's Platinum Jubilee. Thousands gathering outside Buckingham Palace to celebrate the Queen's 70-year reign. Stars like Elton John, Diana Ross, Alicia Keys, Lin-Manuel Miranda, and the cast of Hamilton. And Queen. The Queen, though, did not attend. She's been suffering from mobility issues, which has resulted in her missing several events. The palace saying she experienced some discomfort during Thursday's celebrations.
I think given that she's given a life...
All right, we're sorry about that. We're going to have the baby formula package for you in just a moment. We'll get to the Queen's Jubilee in a little bit, but for now, let's turn things over to the war in Ukraine. Children in Kyiv are returning to school, but it's nothing like they remember. A grim new reality as students now practice taking shelter. Teachers now guide them down a dark staircase where small beds, toys, and a makeshift kindergarten playground are now located underground. The adults use book illustrations to help children deal with the trauma of war. Meanwhile, Russian forces are stepping up their attacks in eastern Ukraine. Recent images circulating on social media show an apartment building on fire in a key city. Ukraine claiming they've retaken part of the city, but Russia countering that Ukraine is retreating from the area. The South Korean military has reported this morning that at least one ballistic missile has been fired by North Korea. The missile was fired toward the seas off its east coast. In recent weeks, North Korea has test-fired a range of missiles, including its largest intercontinental ballistic missile. A U.S. special representative met with South Korean and Japanese counterparts on Friday. The meeting included discussions of preparations for contingencies amid signs of North Korea preparing to conduct a nuclear test for the first time since 2017. Today is the 78th anniversary of D-Day, the day when Allied troops landed on the beaches of Normandy, carried by 7,000 boats. D-Day veterans and their families are gathering in Normandy over the weekend for commemorations honoring the nearly 160,000 troops from Britain, the U.S., Canada, and other nations. On Monday, the Normandy American Cemetery and Memorial will host a U.S. veterans and thousands of visitors in its first major public ceremony since before the COVID-19 pandemic. On June 6, 1944, 4,414 Allied soldiers lost their lives. 2,501 of them were Americans. More than 5,000 were wounded. Today is the final day of Queen Elizabeth's Platinum Jubilee, marking Your Majesty's 70 years of reign and service. ABC's Inés de la Quitara has highlights from last night's performances and the festivities scheduled for today.
Overnight, a massive concert to mark Queen Elizabeth's Platinum Jubilee. Thousands gathering outside Buckingham Palace to celebrate the Queen's 70-year reign. Stars like Elton John, Diana Ross, Alicia Keys, Lin-Manuel Miranda, and the cast of Hamilton, and Queen. The Queen, though, did not attend. She's been suffering from mobility issues, which has resulted in her missing several events. The palace saying she experienced some discomfort during Thursday's celebrations.
I think given that she's given a lifetime of service to her country, I think it's only fair that she can kind of enjoy the celebrations in a sort of dignified and comfortable manner at home.
Tea? But Her Majesty did make a surprise virtual appearance during the big show alongside Paddington Bear. The royal family was out in full force, Prince William using his address to the crowd to talk about climate change.
Together, if we harness the very best of humankind and restore our planet, we will protect it for our children, for our grandchildren, and for future generations to come.
And Prince Charles was also there, the Queen's son and heir to the throne, taking on an expanded role during the 4-day celebration.
And here outside of Buckingham Palace, we are gearing up for a final day of celebrations. Tons of people lining up here with a parade, pageant, and thousands of street parties expected. Inés de la Quitara, ABC News, London.
The first Mexican-born woman to fly to space was on board Blue Origin's latest flight. The mission launched yesterday from the company's West Texas site. Katia Escachadera was one of 6 passengers on board the New Shepard capsule. The 26-year-old electrical and hardware engineer is now one of the youngest women to fly to space. Just in time for Pride Month, a new rom-com is headed to Hulu. A preview of the matchmaking on Fire Island. Plus, getting fired up in East Central Fresno, the new home for a business making custom glass creations.
I didn't take this job to make friends. I took it because our fundamental rights are under attack by national Republicans. It's why I defended voting rights and fought voter suppression. Why I'm taking action to protect our families by getting illegal guns off our streets. And why I'll never stop fighting to protect a woman's right to choose. Our rights are sacred, and I won't let anyone strip them away.
Attorney General Rob Bonta, no backing down.
Get fast, reliable internet for any budget. Act now to get Xfinity internet for a great low price. Or visit Xfinity.com/free to see if you qualify for the Affordable Connectivity Program. Qualifying customers can get free high-speed internet for more streaming, chatting, and gaming on all your devices. Ready for more value? Add Xfinity Mobile for as little as $15 a month. Go to Xfinity.com/free, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today.
Valley Children's history is a patchwork of stories built on pioneering firsts and clinical breakthroughs. Moments in time woven together over 70 years, treasured by those who were there. Those who shared with us, struggled with us, and celebrated with us. Those moments have made us the nationally recognized children's hospital we are today. Here's to a story 70 years in the making. Valley Children's, futures worth fighting for.
Assemblyman Adam Gray loves a lobbyist golf trip because they bring a check. Gray will vote for anything for the right price. Gray took thousands from payday lenders, then protected interest rates that trap people into debt, and landlords, allowing them to evict renters without cause. For big oil, Gray voted against lowering gas prices and backed Donald Trump after Trump let polluters put our water at risk. But Gray doesn't care, as long as the money's green.
I'm Phil Arbayo, and I approve this message.
Just in time for Pride Month comes a rom-com taking place on Fire Island, which also happens to be the title of this new movie streaming on Hulu. Entertainment reporter Sandy Kenyon has a preview.
Two gay couples fall in love on Fire Island, and the result is a new twist on a familiar genre known as romantic comedy or rom-com.
It feels really great to see yourself in that type of film, just because growing up, when do you ever get the opportunity to, see yourself get that moment that, spoiler alert, a couple of the gentlemen up here get?
Joel Kim Booster wrote a part for himself and for his friend Bowen Yang, who came to fame on Saturday Night Live. The story is set in the Pines area of Fire Island.
It is a story about chosen family, too. Like, it's a rom-com, obviously, between the two couples that are falling in love in the movie, but it is also as much a story about my friendship with Bowen and sort of that journey that we go on.
You think that if you're vulnerable for just 1 second, that it's all gonna come crashing down.
Comedian Margaret Cho plays their den mother, but it's not all sweetness and light here.
A lot of us probably relate to this idea of inadequacy, of not feeling like we measure up to some arbitrary standard that we place on ourselves or that the community places on us.
Excuse me? I think you may have the wrong house.
It really is like, how do we oppress each other when there's no one around to oppress us?
The idea is to create a three-dimensional portrait, what Booster calls really special, unique, and gay.
Sandy Kenyon, ABC 30 Action News.
Penelope.
Fire Island is a Searchlight film streaming right now on Hulu. Both are owned by Disney, the same parent company as ABC 30. Two teachers and endurance cyclists from Orange, California are biking to promote substance use recovery services. Cork Snyder and Rick Burns are undertaking an epic 600-mile ride from San Jose to Oceanside through the Central Valley. Their trip will raise funds and awareness for mental health systems, or MHS services. They were inspired to take the challenge by a friend and former student's journey from addiction to recovery, made possible by MHS. Today, the ride will kick off with a resource fair and festival at 9 this morning at MHS Hacienda campus on West Clinton Avenue. After the event, program cyclists from the Fresno community will be invited to ride part or all of the Tour de Recovery route to the next stop in San Bernardino County. Action News was in the neighborhood for the grand opening of the new Ballast Glass location. The glass blowing business is expanding, and its new facility is off of Sunnyside and Shields in East Central Fresno. Ballast Glass first opened its first location 5 years ago and has since outgrown it. Owner Corey Ballas is from Fresno and says it feels amazing to see the support from the community.
It means a lot that I've had my business for 8 years now, 5 years of having my own space. So it's pretty special that the community has come out and supported me when I've tried to support the community.
The grand opening also came with food trucks, local vendors, and blown glass demos. He actually offers some pretty fun classes too, so you should sign up for those. A pageant is bringing new meaning to the term catwalk. The coveted award getting feisty felines and their owners to strut their stuff.
I'm Dan O'Dowd, and I approve this message.
Next year, for sure, we will have over 1 million robo-taxis on the road. You say, what would be the probable gross profit from a single robo-taxi? We think probably something on the order of $30,000 per year.
Elon Musk promised to pay 1 million customers $30,000 a year if they bought his car. They bought his car, so where's their money?
You say, what is the net present value of a robo-taxi? Probably on the order of a couple $100,000.
He promised customers if they bought his car, its value would increase to $200,000. They bought his car, so where's their money?
It would be like, okay, if you made $50 billion worth of cars, it would be like having $50 billion of incremental profit.
He promised investors if they bought his stock, they would get $50 billion a year in profits from robo-taxis. They bought his stock, so where's their money?
Yeah, if you do 20 PE on that, it's like $1 trillion.
And he told investors Tesla was worth $1 trillion by claiming Tesla was the leader in driverless robotaxi technology. But Tesla doesn't have driverless robotaxi technology. Tesla's full self-driving software requires a driver. Many other companies have already deployed driverless robotaxis that are way ahead of Tesla's. So where's the investors' money? In the last year, Elon Musk pulled $48 billion out of Tesla, 7 times the profits they've ever made. His CEO compensation was 1,000 times the average for a Fortune 500 CEO. Elon, is your full self-driving software just a $1 trillion Ponzi scheme? Did you become the wealthiest man in history by swindling customers and investors? I'm Dan O'Dowd, and I'm running for U.S. Senate because Congress needs to shut down Elon Musk's full self-driving fiasco. Someone needs to stand up to him.
Some feisty felines are bringing new meaning to the term catwalk as the largest cat pageant ever held began this weekend in Brazil. More than 200 cats from 20 different breeds slinked, pranced, and sometimes hissed their way through the contest, which wowed the crowd. Well, proud owners brought their animals to the contest buffed and combed to be shown to a panel of judges, all of them vying for the title of Best in Show. Other titles included Most Beautiful and Most Well-Trained. Sao Paulo, the city that's home to the competition, is known for having a high volume of cat owners because they're easier to keep as pets in apartments.
Look at that facial expression right there. That is me when I first wake up in the morning, pre-coffee. And you know what? Vanessa, I actually have a pretty similar hairdo, too. I'm not gonna lie.
Not that one.
No, not that one.
Oh my God. No,
this is all a wig, actually. Truth be told.
Oh, there's my do. The fluff.
It's so cute.
I wish it was like as well groomed when I first woke up.
It's so true. Animals just wake up looking fabulous.
You know, and I see 4 legs. I'm thinking of Bruce and Elsa. I'm not thinking of cats at this point. And I'm just like, Bruce just wakes up adorable and like energized. And I'm just like, can I bottle that energy and have that instead of my coffee?
And, you know, you maybe take them to the groomers here and there when they need it, and then they're set for life. A brush here and there.
They've got a little strut going on too.
It's so unfair. Little do they know what goes into waking up each morning. And
I don't wake up like this.
No. But we do it each and every day because we got to talk about what's happening and this lovely forecast that's coming our way. So at least today, there is a worthy cause. Here's a live look from our radar. You can see a little bit of rain up there just north of us. Unfortunately, that is not going to be making it to the valley floor. We may see some of that, though, making it to the higher elevations of the Sierra Nevada today. So we'll get to that in just a moment. For now, you can see mostly clear skies here in Fresno, but we are seeing cloud coverage for parts of the valley, especially in northern portions. That mix of sun and clouds will be hanging around as we go into the later hours, too. So you can see that cloud coverage moving through a bit. Madera, Fresno getting some patchy clouds, clearing out more as we get to the afternoon hours. You might have seen that go by really quick. That green you just saw flash through your screen is just that chance of showers for the very highest elevations. It's not going to be very much. If we do see anything, it'll be very brief, a very similar setup to what we saw out there yesterday, but still could be something we notice. Then as we head into Monday morning, mostly clear skies. You'll notice a little bit of that cloud coverage still for the foothill communities and the higher elevations, clearing out as we get to Monday. Otherwise, though, Monday will really be a rinse and repeat of today's forecast. Air quality as we head out there today, good to go. It is going to be a really nice day to get outside, but a warm one. For now, though, not too warm. We are in the 50s and 60s. 66 in Fresno, 61 in Hanford, Lemoore and Porterville, both in the 50s still at 58 degrees. Wind speeds not too bad for us. Most of us are in that 5 to 10 mile an hour range. Hanford and Visalia, though, you are both calm out there, seeing even less than 5 mile an hour winds in Madera. Here we go, warming up to 90 today. So it is going to be a fairly warm one across the valley. We're seeing highs in the upper 80s and low 90s. Wind speeds will pick up a bit this afternoon, ranging from 10 to 15 miles per hour. So brace yourself for what is going to be a bit of a breezy day, but not too bad. For now, as we look into the foothills, you guys will see highs in the 80s. That mix of cloud and sun sticking around for you. Winds 10 to 15 miles an hour. The Sierra Nevada will be mostly sunny. Again, that very slight chance of afternoon showers that we talked about. Highs ranging from the upper 50s even to the 80s for Yosemite. Bass Lake not quite making it there. You'll be reaching a high of 78 degrees. Okay, so the 70 forecast. So I don't even know where to begin, Vanessa. I mean, today and tomorrow, like I said, kind of a rinse and repeat. Not going to be as cloudy tomorrow. It will be nice out there. We're talking about 90 degrees. I can manage that. We do gradually get warmer, though. Take a look at this. Tuesday, mid-90s. Wednesday, upper 90s, which means Thursday, we do hit that triple-digit mark. And Friday and Saturday is where I get depressed. 104. I know, Vanessa, and 106. So we are talking about an AccuWeather alert, a heat wave. What you can't see on that 7-day is it is going to continue after that. Sunday will be toasty as well. So next weekend, AC, water, those little spray bottle fans, I say we bring them back, Vanessa.
Oh, definitely.
What about visors? Are visors still a thing?
Yeah. Oh, I miss those. Let's bring them back. And you know what? Since we're doing that, let's just bring back fanny packs too.
While we're at it, I'm all about it. Especially on the dog walks. You know, if we're circling back, let's do it.
All right, Shayla, thank you. Well, to match those triple-digit temperatures, the largest floating inflatable water park in North America has made its return to Lake McSwain in Mariposa County. So maybe that's where we should spend our time during those AccuWeather alert days. Splash and Dash has new obstacles for visitors to conquer this year. The floating water park will stay open through Labor Day. A nationwide tour to honor the lives of fallen law enforcement officers stopped in Fresno. Beyond the Call of Duty is bringing a trailer with photos of law enforcement officers who died in 2021 across the nation. The Ride to Remember stops in communities who have lost officers. They stopped at the Manchester Center parking lot on Saturday. More than 600 officers are being honored, including Fresno County Correctional Officer Juan Cruz and Toamalama Scanlon. Cruz died from COVID-19 complications, and Scanlon died from complications of a shooting injury. Also being honored, Fresno Police Sergeant Richard Paul Brown, who passed away from COVID-19 complications.
And this year, we're honoring Sergeant Paul Brown, who was actually one of my sergeants for many years. You know, it obviously hurts us, but we are very thankful that we're able to honor him.
The group will continue to honor the officers on their tour across the United States through August. The morning's top stories are ahead on AM Live, including the scam warning from the Tulare County Sheriff's Office. What scammers are saying over the phone to trick people into paying them.
Self-driving cars, our power grid, water treatment plants, hospital systems, they're all connected to the internet. And Vladimir Putin or a terrorist could cause them all to self-destruct. A cyber 9/11 that would destroy our country. I'm Dan O'Dowd, and I wrote the software that keeps our air defenses secure. I approve this message because I need your vote for U.S. Senate to send a message. Congress needs to fix this.
From the day your child was born, you've trusted their doctor. They've answered your questions and helped you make the best decision for your child's health. So as you weigh the decision to vaccinate your child against COVID-19, do what you've always done. Get the facts from someone you trust. Talk to your child's doctor today about the COVID-19 vaccine. They can help you get the answers you're looking for. Visit vaccinateall58.com to learn more.
With Xfinity Internet, you get advanced security that helps protect you at home and on the go. You feel so safe, it's as if, I don't know, Evander Holyfield has your back.
I wouldn't click on that.
Hey, thanks.
We got a muffin for Ed.
All right.
You don't need those calories.
Well, can we at least split it?
Nope.
Advanced security that helps protect your devices in and out of the home.
I mean, can I have a bite?
Only from Xfinity. Unbeatable internet made to do anything, so you can do anything.
Advanced Foot Care and Clinical Research Center has important news for people with toenail fungus. The Pinpoint Foot Laser can eliminate toenail infection in quick, easy, painless treatments. Ointments and pills don't always work. The Pinpoint Foot Laser works 85 to 100% of the time. Let our team of podiatrist specialists design a laser treatment program just for you. On Milburn north of Herndon in Fresno and 457 East Almond in Madera. Learn more at abc30.com medical specialists.
Action News Sports starts now.
Hanford High School's head football coach Cannon Sanchez put on his first youth camp Saturday morning. Over 220 kids worked on skill drills and got to learn from former Bullpups. One of those guys, Juju Hughes, who is now with the Lions. The defensive back flew in from Detroit for just 24 hours to be in Hanford for the event.
So you guys felt like you got better today, right? Yeah! All right, that's what's important to me. As long as you guys felt like you got better, you learned something.
We're super blessed to have so many alumni from Hanford High that have played at a high level, whether that be Division I, or guys like Juju Hughes that are obviously in the NFL doing great things. I think we have a great community here, tight, small community that really does things together.
It means a lot to be able to encourage them and see if they're taking steps in the right direction and see if they're having fun with football, because that's the most important part.
DBs, over here, please. Being out here with all the guys I played with, guys I grew up with, it's just a fun atmosphere, so much genuine love.
You beat him. Go stand there. He practiced on these fields as a youth guy, won a state championship here. He's a gritty guy, did everything the hard way. It doesn't matter what the circumstances are. I think persevering, Juju Hughes is your guy, and so I think him giving back for kids having some type of inspiration, like, hey, I can do it too. So I think that is just huge for our community, and I'm glad that he's a part of this.
Knowing I'm from here, I'm just like them, growing up the same way they grew up, from the same place and everything. Just letting them know it's possible, you know, that's the big thing.
Gained a little bit of fame there with your toothpick with the Rams on Hard Knocks. Now the Lions are going to be on Hard Knocks, so it seems like you got a little knack for that. But are we going to see that toothpick back in action?
Definitely, definitely. The camera keeps finding the toothpick, man. I don't know how it keeps happening, but I'll take the extra TV time.
Game 2 of the NBA Finals is right here on ABC tonight at 5 p.m. The Boston Celtics outscored Golden State 40-16 in the fourth quarter to take Game 1. Klay Thompson spoke to the media on Saturday and says his team is looking forward to evening the series.
I thought we got comfortable when we went up 15, including myself. We've done it so many times, we probably expected we were just going to win, but then I reminded myself the playoffs are about being uncomfortable until you complete the mission. It was a harsh reminder, but it's something we all needed to go through. It's about how we respond tomorrow, which I am very excited for.
Of course, that game, like I just said, tipping off at 5 p.m. right here on ABC 30. Special edition of Bulldog Breakdown will air at 8:30. I'll send it back to you.
Here's a look at the stories we're following this Saturday morning. The search continues for several shooters that opened fire on a crowd in Philadelphia. 14 people were shot and at least 3 have died. Officers say they saw several active shooters firing into a crowd just before midnight. No arrests have been made. Police are looking for through surveillance video to help them identify the shooters. A phone scam is circulating throughout Tulare County. The scam involves a phone call from someone claiming to be with the sheriff's office, calling about an arrest warrant. Well, the scammer then asks the person to post their bail using some type of mobile pay app. Officials say they would never call regarding an arrest warrant or ask for money over the phone. The Abbott plant in Michigan is once again producing baby formula. Specialized formula is being prioritized, with first products expected to hit store shelves June 20th. The U.S. has secured more than 127 million bottles worth of formula for import. About 1.3 million cans of Gerber formula will be imported from Mexico next month. Well, now we've got Shayla here with a final check of our forecast.
Yes, it is going to be a bit warmer than what we saw out there yesterday, but overall, today is going to be nice. We see that mix of sun and clouds making it to the 90s today. Temps will dip into the 60s tonight. Oh, but Vanessa, it's when we get to that mid-end of week that I'm just like...
Even that 98 is a little brutal,
right?
But you feel the difference. 99 and 100 are drastically different.
It just hits different. It does. And then 104, 106.
No, thank you.
It just hits you like a ton of bricks heading out the door.
Yeah, I think we're gonna head out of town instead.
Yes, air conditioning, like you said, visors, fanny packs.
Let's do it all. All right, Shayla, thank you. The news continues now with Good Morning America. We're going to be back for another hour of AM Live at 8 o'clock. Until then, have a great morning.
Central Valley, as told by you. ABC 30 Insider. Every picture shared. Every moment captured. Every story told.
It's just heartbreaking.
You see it, you share it. Tag your photo or video with hashtag ABC 30 Insider.
We were able to pull it off with all sorts of help
from the dealership here. It's once in a lifetime you can surprise somebody like that. So,
Toyota of Selma would like to congratulate all our 2022 Valley graduates. Surprise your grad with the ultimate gift at a great price. Get this 2017 Honda Accord LX for just $17,700. Toyota of Selma. Drive a little, save a lot.
When your back pain is your foot's fault. This is Dean's story.
I had back pain, and I honestly didn't know where to go.
Until a friend suggested the Good Feet store.
She had to explain to me the feet are connected to the back.
And get this.
As soon as I put on those Good Feet arch supports, the pressure lifted off my back. It's like finding that missing puzzle piece. Like, yes, this is it.
Stop by for your free fitting at the Good Feet store.
At Long John Silver's, when life gives us lemons, we make lemon cake. And when we make lemon cake, we make it free for you when you order any 10-piece meal or larger. Order ahead at longjohnsilvers.com. Fish yeah.
Chuck Chansey Gold is more than the best casino. It's been voted the #1 best local casino 15 times by Best of Central California. And now voted best casino slots and best casino table games. That means it's the best night you've had in a long time. Because you deserve the best. Chuck Chansey Gold Resort and Casino.